Maybe you want to make sculptures, and you're deciding which medium interests you. Perhaps you've tried certain materials but found the experience too expensive, too small, or too technical. Enter Papercrete, a sculpting medium that you make yourself from recycled paper and cement. It's great for beginners because it's inexpensive, and you don't need much special equipment. No need to fire in a kiln or anything, so you can make sculptures of any size. It's about half the weight of concrete, and that's a good weight in my opinion. You end up with an object that you can still pick up, yet feels quite substantial. It won't just blow away in the wind. And did I mention it's inexpensive? A 90-pound bag of cement costs less than $20 and will go really far, like several projects this size. And the paper pulp is free, upcycled newspaper. If you're like me, inexpensive means you won't be shy about using it liberally, experimentally, following your whims and weird ideas. Just have fun, jam on it, see what happens. Today I'll show you how to make a face with Papercrete, but stick around to the end of the video where I'll give you some ideas of how to take it further. Use paper pulp and Portland cement in a ratio 2:1. You make the pulp by blending newspaper with a paddle mixer and squeezing out some of the water, so the result is about as wet as tuna fish. Mush the cement and pulp together with your gloved hands, and then just blob it right on a tabletop that you covered with a sheet of plastic so it doesn't stick. Press it together. That's the technique, pressing together. Your working time is quite long, maybe 3 hours. Papercrete is easy on the hands, as someone with arthritis at one of my workshops told me. Some other kinds of clay require hand strength, not Papercrete. Okay, so now you've made your masterpiece. Just walk away. The amount of water in the paper pulp is enough to hydrate the curing process. At least 24 hours later, you can pick it up. But put it aside for about a week until it's bone dry before the next steps. Now, you can refine the edges and smooth the surfaces using a rasp, a sanding sponge, or a Dremel. For fast removal or carving larger areas, use an angle grinder with a diamond grinding wheel. Then you just prime it with watered down primer and paint it. You can easily screw into Papercrete to add mounting hardware. And that's it. Get going now making faces and other against a tabletop designs. You'll get a knack for the material and you can find you can make a lot of stuff rather quickly. Before long you'll get so confident that you'll want to take it further. Get weird with it. Try weird shapes. Try pushing your imagination. This one, for example, I used a piece of styrofoam to hold the shape while it dried, and then removed the styrofoam later. If you want some ideas other than faces, perhaps try something abstract, and you can paint it or decoupage it. The coolest thing about Papercrete is that even after it's cured and dried, you can add to it. It's actually astonishing how well new Papercrete will stick. For example, after your face sculpture dries, you can add the back of the head and the body. Likewise, you can resurface your piece, adding texture like skin wrinkles, hair, tree bark, what have you. Just smear on a thin layer of Papercrete, maybe a little wetter than normal, and press into it with a pointy tool. When you have a cool surface texture, it's fun to use a dry brush technique to make it really pop. This means you use a wide flat brush with most of the paint removed and just graze the surface perpendicular to the direction of the texture. Yes, you can add a thin layer of Papercrete over a dried sculpture, and yes, you can do it even if, as in this case, you already painted your sculpture, decided you didn't like it and wanted to add a textured surface. As for technique, you'll quickly learn you can't really drag the tool. It will pull the paper along with it, like this. Pressing in is the technique. There's a modified version of Papercrete that's excellent for tiny details. I've heard it go by different names like paper cement clay, but I call it Detailcrete. You just add drywall mud powder, also called joint compound, and PVA glue, also called Elmer's glue or school glue. This ratio is what works for me. If you have any dinky, sticky outy details that need to be extra strong, that's when you'd use epoxy clay for that super duper reinforcement, and probably put it around metal wire. But I want to encourage you to think big, because that's the thing that's especially fun about Papercrete. And it's really so cool that you can just do this with paper pulp and cement. Use a metal armature for skinny parts, like legs, store-bought rebar, or maybe you can find some piece of trash metal to build upon. For example, this turtle was built around a broken metal chair that I found in the trash. Again, Papercrete is about half the weight of normal concrete, but that can really add up. So with anything big, start with a core of trash styrofoam inside to bring down the weight. Papercrete sticks remarkably well to styrofoam, even with no mesh or other intermediary material. And use trash styrofoam, because it's free. Papercrete does very well outside. It will soak up water, but that doesn't degrade it. Also, paint will add a lot of protection from the elements. For outdoor sculptures, I recommend just house paint, which handles UV better than craft paints. Be sure to wait until the sculpture is fully cured and dried before painting it. In the future, I'll make how-to videos about these bigger projects, but in the meantime, get out there and make something. You don't need much to start getting creative today. Have fun and send me pictures of your creations. See the video description for more info.